Hey everybody, welcome back. And today I have obviously a very bright, colorful, just outrageous kind of eye tutorial for you today. And this is featuring the Urban Decay Electric palette and also my very much loved Naked Basics palette, the first one, which if you've got this palette, you need this palette because, they were meant to be. They're perfect. They're like caring and big, and it just needs to happen. So yes, so love these two, especially together. But this is the look. It's really bright, using a lot of colors. I did utilize a lot of colors in the palette, and this is not going to be your everyday kind of look for the office, but maybe you have something fun going on. You're going to the club this weekend, you're going to a show, music festival, you want to do something a little bit on the funky side. I got you, girl. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I really like to see if you got a new palette, you want some ideas. But I would love to talk to you guys. As always, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to stop by and spend some time with me. But y'all have a rockin' day, an amazing week, and we will see you next time. Bye.
All right, as usual, we're going to start off with priming the eyes with my MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. This is really important. It's important to use a pretty heavy-duty primer with these because these shadows are so pigmented. And now I'm going to carve out my eyebrows and just create a very dramatic, clean, highlighted brow bone with my NYX Wonder Pencil in light. And I'm going to take a flat shader brush and Walk of Shame from my Naked Basics palette and blend that out. The reason why I'm doing this is because we're going to have so much going on with the eyes, you want a very clean, crisp brow bone area so it doesn't detract from what we're doing a little bit lower down. Now, because I do want a pretty dramatic definition between my eyelid and the rest of my eye, I'm going to take a small shader brush and Crave from the Naked Basics palette and start cutting my crease. And what I'm going to do is, you can do this with, I know a lot of people like to do it with gel eyeliner and tape. I'm just going to kind of softly create the shape I want and blend it out. And if some gets down on the lid, that's definitely okay because we're going to go back and clean it later. But take your time with that. And once I've got that shadow where I want it, I'm going to take an e.l.f. This is a professional blending brush or professional eyeshadow brush. I'm not exactly sure what the name of it is. And just start blending it out. And going into the electric palette with that same brush, I'm going to pick up Urban, which is the deepest purple in the palette, and I'm going to start placing it over the black. And I'm going to be building up this color a lot, so take your time. Light-handed is better. Now, using my BR250 brush and Naked 2, I'm just going to start blending that out, blending it into the brow bone color. It's going to be a lot of place and blend. As you can see, we're going to go back in with the BR250 brush and Urban and picking up a little bit more, placing it back over the black and blending it up slowly. Now with that same brush and Jilted, which is this beautiful plummy pink color, we're going to place that right over Naked 2. And this is going to, again, it's about layers and blending. This is just going to bring some warmth and color without being too stark of a transition. And again, going back in with Urban. I cannot even explain to you how pigmented these shadows are and how beneficial it is to use a light hand as you are blending them up into your brow bone area. Now with a Flower EO1 brush and Venus, I'm going to go back over my brow bone area and then again blend those colors together. I did want a little bit more of a shimmery highlight. Taking my NYX Jumbo Eyeshadow Pencil in Milk, I'm going to place this right on my lid, and then with a flat shader brush, I'm going to blend it out. And again, these shadows really don't need this as a base. This is just so they do not stain my eyelids, which they can do. That's how pigmented these eyeshadows are. They are ridiculous. And again, just touch up what you need to touch up. And now I can't decide what color to use, but eventually I'm going to decide to go with Savage, which is the beautiful hot pink. And I'm going to take that same flat shader brush and just place it right on the outer half of my lid. And again, you want to pat, then sweep. Place, pat, and sweep is my method for these shadows. And once you've got that where you want it, just using another flat shadow brush, we're going to pick up Revolt, which is the shimmery metallic silver color. This color is so beautiful. We're just going to place that on the inner part of the eyelid. And going back in with another flat shader brush, we're going to pick up Slow Burn, which is that bright orange color. We're going to place that right in the center to create that transition, and it just creates a beautiful transition when you layer it over Revolt. I really like it, and I love the way it fades into Savage. So gorgeous. Oh my god, I love these eyeshadows. I'm like a 5-year-old. Anything with bright colors makes me happy. And going back in with Savage, we're just going to kind of touch up and deepen up the color on the outer V. And just build it up to the intensity that you're comfortable with. And I'm just going to touch up again with my finger. I'm going to pick up a little bit of Revolt and just place that right on the inner corner. Going back in with a little bit of Urban, we're just going to build up the intensity and just really create that definition between the brighter colors on the lid and the deeper colors in the crease. And this is all about cleaning it up. When you have a look with this much going on, the cleaner, the better. And the more blended out, the better. Now, using that Flower EO1 brush again, we're going to go back in with Venus and again just touch it up, blend it out. And without any more product, we're going to do the same with the BR250 brush. Now moving on to the face, I'm using my Garnier 5-second blur. I love this primer. It is a silicone-based primer, so it gives a really slick, pore filling effect to the face. And I'm going to start using my foundation, which I completely forgot to show you. It's the CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous in 110. I'm just going to dot this all over the face, and then I'm going to blend it out with the Coastal Scents Bionic Blending Brush. I think it's called the 110. I can never remember. But this foundation's kind of growing on me. I really wasn't that impressed with it at first, but as I experiment more and more with different powders and different primers, I find that I can make it work, and it gives a nice medium coverage for me. With this look, I just really was feeling like I wanted my freckles to show through, and it was just working for me for this look. So once I've got that blended out, I'm going to go in with my Wet n Wild Come Correct Celebrity Concealer, which I am loving right now. It's very thick, very creamy, and this is in the shade Medium Golden. And I'm just going to take this with my fingers and dot it underneath my eyes and kind of warm it up with my fingers a little bit. And then I'm going to go in with a damp beauty sponge and blend it out. This is going to help pick up excess product and really melt it into the skin and push it into the skin. And with this concealer, I also like to use my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind in the brightening formula. And I just like to highlight the, planes on my face that I want to bring forward underneath my eyes, my forehead, my nose, my chin. And I'm just going to, again, blend that out with the same damp beauty sponge. And I just really, for some reason, I like the effect of these two together. And once I have got that blended out, I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. High Definition Under Eye Setting Powder and a Clean Flower EO1 brush. And I'm just going to set that concealer underneath my eyes to prevent creasing. And for the rest of my face, I'm going to use my Maybelline Fit Me Pressed Powder in 110 Porcelain. I am absolutely obsessed over this powder right now. I'm hitting pan just like crazy. And I'm going to be, that's going to be in my empties bin pretty soon. Now for my lower lash line, we're going to start building up the color on the lower lash line. I'm going to start off as a base with my Urban Decay 24/7 eye pencil in Deep End. This is probably one of my favorite ones that I own. It's this beautiful teal color. And I'm going to wing it out a little bit, so it's going to start creating that wing and that shape on the outer corner of the eye. Going in with Fringe, which from the palette, which is this beautiful, beautiful deep teal color. These two just are meant to be together. I'm going to use a small detailed brush and again wing it out, set that eyeliner, and just start the process of kind of smoking out the colors on the lower lash line. Going in with that same small brush, I'm going to pick up, what color am I picking up? I'm picking up Thrash, which is this beautiful yellowish lime color. And I'm going to place that right on the inner corner of my eye, bring it about 1/3 of the way in, and blend it into Savage. This just creates such a fun color on the look, and I really think it brings the look together. I'm just touching up with a little bit of Revolt again. And then I'm going to start creating my eyeliner wing. I'm using Studio Gear's Invincible Onyx eyeliner. And I'm going to create a pretty dramatic wing for this look. I figured, you know, I'm not really going for subtle here, so why not? And I'm just using a Coastal Scents small angled brush. And if you're more of a liquid liner, do that. If you like pencils, you know, whatever you're comfortable with. It doesn't have to be the products I use. And going in on the lower lash line again, I'm going to pick up Freak, which is the beautiful light lime green color. This is a Coastal Scents crease brush, and it's pretty dense, so it's really good for smoking out the lower lash line. And I'm just going to bring that color, soften up the Thrash and Savage, not Savage, and Fringe, and just smoke it down a little bit. And I'm going to tight line and line my waterline with my Bare Minerals Around the Clock waterproof eyeliner in Midnight. This stuff is so creamy and just amazing and pigmented. It doesn't irritate my eyes. This is just, and it doesn't, it wears so well on the waterline. If you haven't tried this stuff, I definitely recommend it. Perversion, I know everybody loves, but sometimes it can really irritate my eyes and just fall off. This stuff is amazing. Now I'm just going to throw on some mascara. For my upper lashes, I'm doing the Flower Beauty Extreme Measures Lengthening Mascara. I like it because it really holds a curl for when I do falsies. And then on my lower lash line, I'm going to do my Wet n Wild Mega Length Mascara in Mega Length. I don't know what I was trying to say there. Just my Wet n Wild Mega Length Mascara. This has become my go-to lower lash line mascara. And I'm using my Cherry Blossom 119 lashes. These things are amazing. And I'm going to go ahead and start contouring my face using the Hoola bronzer from Benefit. I don't know if anybody else has those powders or that palette, but it smells so good. It's almost as good as like the chocolate bar palette. Love it. Now going into my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Blush palette, I'm going to pick up Luminous Flush. This is a beautiful, soft pink blush. And I'm just going to kind of work backwards and really focus on the back part of my cheeks towards my temple, and I'm going to highlight with Radiant Light from the Ambient Lighting Powder palette. I can't talk. These powders are so beautiful and luxurious and soft, and they just give a wonderful airbrushed look to the face. Absolutely love them. Now that my lash glue is dry, I'm going to go back in with my Lorac front of the line eyeliner in black, and I'm just going to kind of blend in the lash band with my winged liner, just to create, you know, or just to blend everything in so it's not sticking out and ruining the look. And now I'm going to finish off with lips. I'm using my Revlon Super Lustrous lipstick in 002 Pink Pout, and this is just a wonderful matte lipstick. Love this stuff, and it gives a very kind of retro vibe to the look, which I'm really liking. And that is the finished look. It is very bright, very dramatic, and a lot of fun, and I really love looks like this. Even though they take a little bit extra time, they just, you know, you just feel fierce when you wear something like this. So I hope you guys enjoyed this look. I enjoyed creating it for you. But you guys have a rockin' day. I'll see you next time.